Hi everyone, Victoria Cochrane here for the Spiritual Wisdom Hour on Spiritual Events Directory. Just on time, actually. I just will turn down my sound. There we go. Hope you're all good. Waiting for a few people to jump on. Hopefully we get a few people joining me today. Wednesday, the 10th of April. And last week I had some really wonderful feedback and response from people. So this is my second session. Hi Lisa, welcome. Shared. Awesome, thank you. And this week I'm going to be talking about the chakras, which a lot of you would know about, but how the vibration of light in our chakras actually affects our consciousness, and how we can actually raise our vibrations to actually start the process of ascension, which is really important for the world and for us all. So I will be doing some little quick insights towards the end of the session. This goes for an hour, but I'll be talking first about, I'll just be talking about the chakras and giving you some information. And then if I get time, then I will. No worries, Del. Hope you're okay. Thanks, Penelope. No problem. Hi, Janina. But at the end, I will answer some questions, and I'll relate it to the chakras and see if I can, help you with where it might be held. Okay, so just to introduce myself in case people didn't meet me last week, my name is Victoria Cochrane. I live on the northwest coast of Tasmania. It's a beautiful spot, but it's been a bit chilly lately. The last couple of days. Hi, Cara from Perth. Beautiful. Hola, Sarah. And I am a spiritual healer, advanced theta healing practitioner, and a psychic channel, a medium. And so I am a healer, but I use my psychic abilities to tune in, and so it all kind of works together. I've only been doing that for about 10 or 11 years is when I discovered my abilities, and so I'm really dedicated and passionate about helping people to step into their own psychic abilities and spiritual awareness, and that's why I'm doing this. I could just do a kind of an hour of readings, but I really want to help people to understand more about the etheric body and a spiritual development. Hi Amy from Adelaide. I was born in Adelaide, but moved when I was 4, and lived in Melbourne, and then my whole childhood was spent travelling back to Adelaide to visit my grandparents. So I love Adelaide. So I really do a lot of workshops and a lot of talks on psychic and spiritual awareness. So I'm hoping that this resonates with people, and please give me your feedback and how you're going with your development as well. Okay, so you know that we do have 7 basic chakras, but actually now with Ascension there are 12. Hi Tanny, there are 12 chakras, main chakras. There are the 7 chakras and then 5 galactic chakras. But in fact there are 360 chakras in the body, which is a lot. And chakra is Sanskrit for wheel. So chakras are basically unseen energy wheels that vibrate at a certain frequency of light and are linked to organs in the body, and also angelic rays they also have different purposes. So each chakra is linked to an aspect of our lives or our soul. Hi from Queensland. I love meeting people from all over the place. It's fantastic. So they're vortices of... Yes, so Cara, I'll address all that, and please stay on. And yes, I'm going to talk about why we get blocked in our chakras. And then, hey Tony, great to see you on here. Fantastic. I hope you've moved or getting ready to move. Okay, so each chakra possesses certain attributes which affect us negatively or positively, depending on how clear or clogged they are. And we're going to talk more about that. So the higher the frequency of light... Hi Donna from Boston in USA. How amazing. Great. Hi. Thank you. Welcome. Okay, so we have our 7 main chakras, and you know that our base chakra, our sacral chakra, and our solar plexus chakra, so up to the 3 chakras, up to... Oh, cool, Tony, fantastic. Up to our belly button are the 3 chakras that deal with physical body and earthly world stuff, and they're the ones that can really drag us down. And so a lot of people operate from their heart chakra upwards, and then find that they get really ungrounded and really unblocked because of all this stuff going on. Hey, Kimmy, great that you had time to come on. That's awesome. Hi, everybody. So the higher the frequency of light, so each chakra has a different color. We have chakras in our wrists. We have chakras all over, 360 chakras. But each chakra rotates at a certain frequency of light and at a certain rate. And if all is going well... Oh, okay. If all is going well and they're all kind of vibrating at the right rate with the right frequency of light, and they're all aligned because they can get out of balance and out of alignment, then we're feeling pretty good. So it can, and then if our aura is clear and intact and doesn't have holes in it and everything, hi Belinda, hi Joe from Victoria, then we're feeling pretty healthy. Okay, now I was going to address the aura, but I just won't have time, so we'll just look at the chakras today. But then when we're getting dragged into worries, financial issues, other people's problems, we feel lack of, we've got depression or we've got illness or physical stuff or a lot of stuff going on, it can actually put a lot of negativity into our chakras and slow them down, and then we start to feel pretty sluggish and fatigued, but it also drags our level of consciousness down. So we start to dislike other people and express that. We start to operate on a 3rd dimensional level. So the whole... Hi from Sydney. How do we all heal our chakras? I meditate nightly and still feel out of alignment. I'm so glad you asked that. I'm getting to that. And we could, if we get time, I will take you through a bit of a chakra meditation as well. So the idea with the chakras is that the more light that we can bring in and the clearer we can, and the higher our consciousness, then eventually our chakras are all just one column of light. So when there are one column of light, we're in such a state that we can actually see things from a higher perspective. We're really aware of ourselves in spirit, even though we're living in a physical body. We're aware of our connection all the time, and we become a bridge to the light for other people, and that's kind of what's happened to me. Tell you what though, it's a work in progress, because we're still living in the world, and particularly if you're working, say in a bank like I was, in a school, when there's all sorts of stuff going down, then it takes a lot of work to make sure that you keep yourself grounded, bring the light through your chakras every day, to actually clear your aura, to actually kind of detach from what's happened in the day and the people that you've interacted with. Really, really important. So we all operate in fluctuating levels of consciousness or dimensions. So we talk about the third dimension all the time, and the third dimension is a state of doing for self, okay? A state of ego, of worrying about ourselves, of money, of materialism, of politics, and of separation. So in the third dimensional world, we don't consider that we're one. We just consider that we're separate from each other, and that we don't really care about other people. Hi, Kristen. So if we're operating in 3D, then our chakras are going to be fairly kind of low vibrational. Once we can bring a bit of light in, and I do want to talk about how we can do that, then we start to move into a state of becoming, which is the fourth dimension. But you can imagine that there are lots of different levels in each dimension, and that we can fluctuate between dimensions in a sentence. You know, we can say, or two sentences, or in a minute, we can say, I really hate it when that happens because it makes me feel really angry. But gee, I love the shoes you're wearing, and I really hope that one day I can be like you. So I've just moved from deep down in the third dimension up into the lower levels of the fourth dimension, just in two sentences. So can you see that we fluctuate all the time? And if we're keeping our thought patterns low, like I hate that, with the words that we say, I can't do that, gee, you know, and getting dragged into the drama, then we're keeping our chakras rotating at a slower, sluggish level, and that affects our thinking amazingly. The 5D, or the fifth dimension, is a state of being, and a state of feeling one, and a state of being aware of ourselves in spirit and our connection to our guides and to the Creator, and of actually being really aware of our effects on the world and on other people, and wanting to send love and light. And that is just wonderful, but I can't tell you that once you're there, you're always there. You know, it depends on how dragged down you can get very quickly. So once people have kind of reached that state and are maintaining it to the best of their abilities through meditation, through making sure they're eating the right foods, through making sure they're not engaging in the media and getting dragged down in the drama, making sure you're not getting involved in gossip, making sure that you're actually grateful for everything in your life rather than ruining what you don't have in your life. All those things will allow the masters and the angels who are working with you to bring more light in and to actually start clearing you. Okay, so it's a conscious effort to actually raise our consciousness above just our basic physical needs. It's about looking for the emotional attachment, or looking for what's going on in us. If someone's pushing our buttons, it's starting to be responsible for our negative belief patterns and the things that we say and the way we treat each other and all those kinds of things, and starting to let go of the past and bringing in forgiveness and dumping the past baggage, the emotional trauma of the past, so that we can move on. Gratitude's a must. I am grateful every day for the gifts I have, for my life, for the love in my life, for the abundance I have. And we're by no means wealthy, but we have everything we need, and we just live in a little house called a shack. This is the first time I've been able to bring this to you because our internet's finally been fixed. Yay! So, you know, but we're happy. We're in love still after 34 years and 3 beautiful kids, one you can see behind me. So, you know, just being grateful for that. That puts it out. And, of course, that lifts all the negativity out of our chakras. Okay, so bringing in more light to our chakras is a bit tricky, because we live in a dense world of people just doing for themselves, politicians, hatred, war, terrorism, drama, media, all of that. And if you're working in a place where you're assaulted by all that kind of stuff all the time, hospitals where everybody's just in their physical pain, then it's very, very difficult to lift that out every day. It's very important to actually be grounded and zipped up in your aura, and to have been grateful and connect to your guides and ask for protection before you walk into a place like that, and to make sure that you clear yourself off once you're out. So that's the first thing. But the second thing is, once that you start to bring in the light in your chakras, then your physical body goes, what the heck? And you start to feel sick. And it's called ascension sickness, because we have 4 bodies. We have a spiritual or etheric body, we have a mental body, an emotional body, and we can't see those. We have an aura, but the physical body is the only body that can tell us that something's wrong. And so the physical body goes, I can't keep up with this energy because it's so dense. And then we start to get headaches, we get dizzy, we feel like we're not in our body, we feel ungrounded, we wonder what on earth's going on. So it's a bit tricky. Okay, I'm going to talk now about each chakra and the relationship to our organs, and just a little bit of how we can start to bring in, to change the negative to the positive, which is what people are asking. Colorado, hi Terry, that's fantastic. Central Coast, New South Wales, how amazing. Okay, so our base chakra. Okay, so is the colour red. And I've just got a beautiful story about the base chakra, actually. Yeah, Leanne, absolutely. Working in a dementia nursing home some days. So that would be also, you're giving and you're not getting perhaps a return of energy other than the pay that you're getting. You might not get thanked by your bosses. Your patients won't thank you, and so it is very draining. It's very important to breathe, and to breathe your energy down into all of your chakras, guys. So actually physically see a light, and actually bring Creator's light, or the light of Source, down into all your chakras, and breathe it down, and just breathe out, and kind of, wipe off the day's energy. You would feel drained, and so it's very important to really break your energy from the day, and to cut ties each day, and then to do things that actually fill you up, like walking, going for a walk, reading, or doing something for yourself, but also staying hydrated and that kind of thing. Yeah, well, if you get drained when you have a few visitors, Kimmy, it's because perhaps they're talking at you, or they're dumping their stuff on you, and that can really drain us too. And that's more an aura thing, and I might talk about that next time, because that's really, that happens a lot. Okay, the red energy of the base chakra then is to do with the colour red, the sound lamb. The element is earth, so we need to be grounded. If we're not grounded, then we're undermined in our base chakra, and the gland that it links to is the adrenal gland, and the words associated with it are I have. So you can see it's a very physical chakra. It's a grounding chakra, but it's also the base of our vitality, our strength, our power in thought, our empowerment of standing in our power, our ability to claim and manifest abundance, to develop courage, to speak our truth, and all that kind of thing. And if we're not grounded, or if we've got the negative attributes of a lack of vitality or depression, hate or resentment for anyone or anything in your life, or we're in fight and flight mode, this chakra will be very, very blocked. Okay, so it's awareness is the key. Knowledge is power, isn't it? So if you're feeling a lack of vitality, if you're in depression, if you're feeling alone, if you're just kind of really can't get out of your head that you've got money worries and when is this going to end and survival or scarcity issues, then this chakra needs clearing. Okay, so the first thing would be to actually wear red. Okay, so how do you clear chakras? There's lots of different ways, but can you see the symbolism in the chakra? So every chakra, it vibrates at a certain rate and it has a certain color and it's linked to an archangel of array, but also it's based on sacred geometry. So sacred geometry will also bring it back into balance. And the way that I do that is I work with an archangel or a master to ask them to bring that into balance and put the sacred geometry and the light back in. I'm not actually doing individual cards at the moment, Jane, but just talking people through the chakras at the moment. So just while I duck down to my bag, and I'm back. All right, so here's a pendulum, and I'm calling in Archangel Michael. Always know who you're working with, okay? Because if you just call in someone from Spirit, goodness knows who they could be, and you'll get the wrong information. But if I were to ask Archangel Michael to work on my base chakra and to actually put the sacred geometry back in to make it balanced, you can see he's starting to put some positive energy in there. And so this is actually the alignment symbol. So the base chakra, Kimmy, is Archangel Michael, actually. So the base chakra is the first ray. Now, we've come to believe that Archangel Michael's, he is actually the blue ray, but he's associated with the base chakra. I always see him with the throat chakra, but the information has changed, and Archangel Michael works through Ronna Herman. It's just still doing alignment, so it's like polarity. And then I did turn my phone off. Sorry about that. I'll just make sure it's off. Anyway, I'll just let that go. I'm sorry, Charlene, I'm not doing that at the moment. So apparently it's changed. The archangels are associated with, it's not necessarily in the order of the chakras. So the first ray is Archangel Michael, and this is just an alignment. So at the moment I'm pretty imbalanced, but he's just aligning my base chakra. So if I'm holding this over, someone's chakra and I call in the master who's working with that person, they will, the archangel will just put in the light. What they'll first do is clear and balance, and then they will put in a frequency of light that's right for that person, depending on the level of light that's in all the other chakras. And so that relates to the level of consciousness of the person, whether they're evolving spiritually or not, whether they've been really suffering a lot of problems or not. So you can see that our level of consciousness in our thoughts, because every thought creates, the thoughts that we have will either bring our energies down or up. Okay, it'll actually put holes in our chakras. If we're really worried, put holes in our aura, it will actually shred our emotional and mental bodies and really start to clog up our chakras. It is amazing. It is amazing how it's all related. So, and I just like to just breathe in and see the red, and then just breathe in the love and light of Source, And then just consciously breathe out the worries and make sure that I'm grounding, and just asking Archangel Michael to balance and align my chakra, and to actually really cleanse anything that's you know, discordant, any discordant energy that's in there. But if you've had a rough childhood, if you were never really sure of self, if you were told that you were no good, or that you didn't feel part of the family, it's going to be in your base chakra. Okay, so I'm sorry, Melinda, I'm not doing that at the moment, but I'll see if I can get to some of that at the end. So anything like that, anything that is lack of security, lack of your identity and that kind of thing will be held in that chakra. I'm just talking through the chakras at the moment, guys. Okay, not doing individual readings at the moment. Thank you. Okay, so the next one is the sacral chakra, and this is to do with the ego and how we feel about ourselves, whether we love ourselves or not, and if we've and that will relate to our childhood as well. If we've had a loving childhood where we've had good attachment to our parents, which I did, I still had a lack of security in my friendships and didn't feel I was good enough. And I do feel that maybe can come from all our chakras, balance our health and well-being, Kim, all of them. So all of them have are associated with our health and well-being. So if one is out, then that will affect a certain part of our lives. Okay, so the sacral chakra is very much to do with our sense of self, and if it's if the negative, it's orange, and the negative attributes of that are self-doubt, envy, addictions, ego, desire, body or sexual issues, overindulgence, compulsive behavior. So it's very much to do with the physical body, very much to do with how we see ourselves physically. Okay, embarrassment, judgment, control and manipulation, anxiety. So if you've got lots of anxiety, it could be related to the base chakra, but it's definitely, if it's to do with an ego thing, to do with how you feel about yourself, it will be held in the sacral chakra. And the sacral chakra, the glands are actually the testicles and the ovaries, so it's related to the sexual organs, and the key words are I want. So you can see the bottom two chakras are very physical. I have, I want, and actually the solar plexus, I can. The words are I can. So the three bottom chakras are the ones I'm going to talk about today, because in an hour I won't have time to talk about all of them. They are our physical chakras that can bring us emotional instability, mental instability, and disconnect us spiritually from ourselves. So really important to actually use the orange energy tinged with pink love to actually send love and healing to yourself, and to actually start to see the bigger picture, not just from your perspective but from other people's perspectives, and knowing that the way that you react to someone says more about you than it does about that person. So if you're having a negative reaction to someone, what experiences have you had? How are you feeling about yourself that is being triggered by the other person? And that is a good way of letting go of the past, of clearing out that negativity and starting to bring in more positive light into that chakra. So when you bring more light into the chakra, you start to feel a lot more revitalized. So the last chakra I'm going to talk about today is the solar plexus chakra. And this one is how we feel about ourselves in our relationships. So if we see ourselves in a negative light, which is held in the sacral chakra, then the relationships we bring in will have negative connotations to them. And there's a lot of work that I've done in my solar plexus chakra to see myself in a positive light and to actually know that I'm good enough, and look, that I'm there now, but it took me a long time to get there. So the colour is yellow, the sound is ram, the element is fire, and the glands are the pancreas and the adrenal glands. So the base chakra was the adrenal gland too. So if you're suffering anxiety, those are the three chakras that I'd be looking in. And also, I'd also be looking in your bowel for anger and for fear and all those kinds of things, resentment. Okay, so the solar plexus chakra, if you have a lack of self-control, you've got a lot of fear-based emotions, you've got no personal power, because the solar plexus chakra is actually linked to a heart chakra, and when they are aligned and they're actually joined, it forms our solar power center. So we can love and cherish ourselves, be in our power, and then we can help other people. So it's really important to bring those into alignment. Responding, if you've got issues in your solar plexus, you're also going to be responding to other people's needs and wants and worrying about other people's business rather than working on yourself. Intolerant of others and preoccupied with detail, and a need to practice mental clarity and reasoning and maybe just justifying untruths. So to bring the yellow energy into balance and gradually the higher frequency of golden energy from your golden I am, to take back your personal power, breathe in the yellow and align them. So I just am going to use my pendulum before I start answering questions, and I will, to actually just ask people to really focus on your base chakra, see the red, and actually just breathe in 3 times, just to relax, focus yourself in your body, and see the red of your base chakra. And we hold the intention, and I'm just going to bring in Archangel Michael to work with everyone today, of bringing our base chakra into balance, in alignment with our other chakras, and of grounding our base chakra down into Mother Earth, but also grounding the energy in our base chakra, and of clearing out any discordant energy and bringing in extra light. So holding that energy, I'm asking this for the collective, for all of you. And here we go. So the first thing he's doing is a balance. So it will go positive, then parallel, and then it will go anti-clockwise, which is negative. And you can see I'm not moving my hand, so I'm working with Archangel Michael. And then he's going to do polarity, which is an alignment. So now he's balanced your chakra. Now he's aligning it to your other chakras. I would say he's now going to ground it. So this is the grounding symbol. It goes one way. It's like a chalice. And then it's got the parallel. And then it goes the other way. So now your chakra is grounded. This is your base chakra. Now there's an elliptical. So there is an ascension symbol. So there's some higher light going into your base chakras. So breathe in that beautiful light and breathe out any discordant energy. Do that 3 times, the power of 3. And he's stopping. Okay, I'm just going to do the other two very quickly. The sacral chakra now, please, for the collective Archangel Michael. Negative energy going out. Somebody's got a blocked chakra. I'm just going to pull the energy out. So that's called chelation. So now we should be able to clear it. Negative energy going out. Alignment. So we're doing an alignment. Hi Val. And now positive energy going in. Okay, a lot of you have blockages in your sacral chakra. So remember, that's to do with your ego self and your worries about the physical body and yourself in the physical. So it's time to start to hand your worries over to, sorry, a call came in, to be grateful for what you have and to start to put out to the universe some positivity. Okay, there were definite blockages there in your sacral. So remember to be grateful, put out positivity, and start to use the words it will, I can, thank you for the abundance that I have, thank you for helping me to solve my problems, rather than focusing on the negative. And here we go with your solar plexus, which is the yellow. Hello Tracy. Again, an alignment. And a grounding. So definitely over the collective, the blockages are more in your sacral chakra. Okay, and here we have a little star coming in, which is awesome. Okay, now today, when people are asking for something for them, I'm actually going to be focusing on your chakras and seeing what I can see in there. And of course, I won't get to everybody. I'm on every week, but if what I'm saying is resonating with you and you would like to talk to me more about it, please contact me on my Facebook page, Reaching Out Spiritual News, or through my website, victoriacochrane.com. Okay, I'd love to hear from you. Now I'm just going to scroll back quite a way. So Leanne said, I work in a dementia nursing home some days. I'm completely drained. So Leanne, with your permission, I'll tune into you and just see what I can see there and where that might be affecting you. Well, it's more in your aura, actually. I don't see a completion of your aura over your head. So really important to be zipping yourself up. So when we zip up our aura, we're actually protecting ourselves. And you've got to be careful that you're not putting holes in or undoing your aura through the day. Even kind of saluting or any kind of gesture that kind of breaks your aura can actually let other people's energies in. So very important too, I think, with working in a home like that, is to wash off with the energy at the end of each day and to actually just feel the water go through and see that as light, and to wash all your clothing and to actually get rid of all of that energy, and then to break your energy, zip yourself up and wipe it out and just cut ties, mentally cut ties with people, and then just get rid of it. So very important there. Kim, I might have a look at your chakras if that's okay, because she asked how do you clear chakras. Well, definitely with the pendulum. If you come to me, I can do that for you, or A lot with Reiki. Reiki is a good way of clearing chakras. Actually just bringing in light and physically and just consciously breathing out the discordant energy. But all the things I've talked about raising your consciousness too, will actually start to unblock your chakras, letting go of the past to bring the future in. So I'm just going to look at Kim Macbeth's chakras and see which chakra might need some attention. They're nice and straight. It's more your grounding chakra. There's not a connection between your grounding chakra and your base chakra, Kim. So very important to breathe your energy right down to the ground, and actually go outside and walk on the grass in bare feet. Very grounding and awakening in winter. And to actually start to really feel being grounded is also feeling yourself in the present, and being in the present, and actually making sure that you're feeling yourself physically in your body and grounded on the ground, being aware of what's going on, not kind of daydreaming everywhere. So that's what I would expect. So Jane, a card. Well, can I just tune into you? Is that okay? WJB Jane, I'll tune into you. I just break my energy from the others that I've tuned into. You have a lot, again, in your aura. There's quite a lot of negative or darker energy around you. Make sure that you are disconnecting with drama and disconnecting with people that you're interacting with that are draining your energy. Looking at your chakras, your solar plexus chakra, so that would correspond with everybody's crowding around you and draining you, and you're feeling very, very overwhelmed with everybody's energy, and that's in your solar plexus too. So that is the chakra that I would definitely be concentrating on. And just quickly, if I were to get a card for you, WJB Jane, the Earth Magic cards would be, fog, veiled. You're not feeling very clear at the moment, and that again corresponds to what I saw in your aura and in your solar plexus. I would say that some people aren't being very honest with you, and you need to be working through what's important to focus on and start to see the truth of the situation, not just from what other people are saying, but from your own truth. Okay. Can I please ask what you may see with work and relationship, Charlene? Okay. Again, I'll be looking in your chakras. It's probably best in this time, to be fair to everyone, just to choose one, whether it's work or relationship, but I'll see what I can see. I'm seeing your heart chakra. It looks a bit dark in there, so there's a blockage there. It's like you've shut off your emotion. And that might be in both areas, but you're definitely not having your needs met in terms of a relationship and in terms of having an equal exchange of energy. And this is a very quick, like 2-second look, so but it's quite black in there, so I'd be working on bringing in some perspective on why you're feeling blocked that way, and starting to open up the communication channels, Charlene, around your feelings and the other person's as well. Hi Melinda, having a birthday soon. Okay, better year. A lot of people have had some hard years, haven't they? But I really know that a lot of people are starting to really clear past karma, integrate all their lessons, and letting go of the past, moving into a better future. So 2019 is definitely a fantastic year for me, and it is for a lot of people. So hoping that, and I'm not a numerologist, so it might be worthwhile looking, running your numbers by a numerologist or someone who knows about that kind of thing. But let me just have a look, because when you have a birthday, it can move you into a new cycle and that kind of thing. Melinda, yeah. Well, now I see your aura, and it seems to be shifting. So it goes from one side to the other and moves around in a 9-month cycle, so I believe. So I actually do see some new energy coming in. And if I look on the other side, yeah, I would say better things are coming in for you, for sure. There looks like there's been a lot of pain and hurt and a lot of kind of yucky stuff going on for you. Looking at your chakras, again, it's in your solar plexus, so it's to do with your relationships with other people and having to deal with other people's stuff. I get the word mother, so I don't know if you've had a lot of stuff going on with your mum, or whether she's sick or just passed away or anything, but there's a lot of, things are shifting for you for sure. Jenny, let me have a look. Jenny Chima. Okay. I do get that you're a bit stuck, actually. It's almost like you're kind of stuck to the spot. And it might be lack of clarity, although it's on your masculine side. Sorry, there's quite a bit of red energy there, so it's like other people's beliefs or other people's energy is imposing on you. So looking at your chakras, Jenny, it's actually base chakra that you need to focus on, standing in your power, speaking your truth, and actually taking back your power, and just knowing that you know what to do, you are enough, and you can move forward on your own without everybody putting their 2 box worth in. So actually start to really work on bringing in, if you work on your sacral chakra, bringing in your positive feelings about yourself, and knowing that you are good enough and worthy, then that will help to ground you into your base chakra. So Kim, I did read for you, but I will ask about, because all of our chakras contribute to our health and well-being, but I'll ask Archangel Michael which one he recommends to work on. Actually, the heart chakra, it's not surprising really, of working on the only person we can work on is ourselves. You know, everybody else has to take responsibility for their stuff. So working on clearing past hurts, bringing in love and compassion for everyone in a situation that might have been, Gunda Windy, hello, that might have impacted your life, actually clearing discordant energy in there and healing past hurts and bringing in love for yourself and others. That is the one that I'm told is to work on if you're really out of balance with your health and well-being. Yeah. Tanyu Gupta, anything for you? Okay, well, I am seeing a bit of a shadow, energetic shadow. It's kind of in your chest area, but it's not exactly in your heart. It's more like in your diaphragm. It's almost like you're feeling a bit torn or separated. And in 1 minute it's hard to read for that, but I will just ask for clarity on it. I don't know if you're feeling displaced, Tanyu, whether you've just, it's almost like your head's telling you one thing, and your heart even, but your body's telling you another. I don't know, it's a separation of, it's almost belief systems or something. It's like you're living two realities, that you're doing what's expected, but it's not really where you want to be or what you want to be doing. So be true to yourself, Tanya. Be true to yourself. And at the end of the day, if you're not happy, you can't please anybody else. So be true to yourself is what I can say to you. Janet, welcome. Actually, your aura looks pretty clear, Janet, and you look very grounded and centered. It might be that things are going along okay, but there's not much excitement in your life, perhaps. Projecting forward, only you can change things. So just really start to prioritize and think about what you would like in the future, and really start to be really clear on what can stay in your life, but what's kind of dragging you down. I am seeing your base chakra a lot. So if that's getting you down a bit, then it's time to change it up and start to think about other things that you can do in your life that might bring you vitality and help to recharge you a bit. I'm just going to come down here. I've been Bridgie Coolin. I've been told my aura is gold, but what does this mean? Well, gold is generally associated with our Christ consciousness, so our higher self. So we have our chakras, and then we have the 5 galactic chakras, but our higher self sits about here, and it is our Christ consciousness. It is our bridge to our higher knowledge and also to the light of the divine. But the Christ consciousness is our connection to unconditional love that it's hard to explain, but Christ consciousness is Jesus in a spiritual sense of bridging our physical existence with the divine. So knowing that we're always connected to spirit and that we always have everything we need to know accessible to us about the universe and our place in it and our spiritual journey. So if it's gold, and I would like to tune into you, Bridgie, if that's okay. Yeah, and some parts are more gold than others. You definitely got a big gold orb on your right, around about, if you're standing with your hands by your sides, on your right wrist kind of thing. And I'm just going to pop my energy in that for a minute. I would say that you've got natural healing ability in your hands that's ready to pop out at any minute, whether you've been attuned to Reiki or not. We don't have to be attuned to Reiki to have access to pranic energy, but your right hand is also your masculine side, so it's that real power. You've got real healing power, Bridgie, ready to use, and it's linked to your cross consciousness. So I would say that in a past life you've been a healer, but also one of your soul aspects would be a master or an archangel, and you definitely have. All you need to do is consciously tap into that, and the healings that you can bring through would be amazing. So very, very worthwhile to look into for you for sure. Hi Susan, nice to meet you. Oh, Bridgie says she's tingling all over. That's fantastic. Hi Mandy, I'll try to get to you because there's so many people asking. I'm sorry if I don't get to you. I really do apologise. But Mark says her husband passed over 6 weeks ago. My condolences to you. Do you have a message for me? I would love to bring in a message for you. And as I explained last week, all psychics have their different strengths, their different clairs, and I'm pretty strong all over on them. But one thing is that I'm working on, and that's never been too accurate for me, are names. So I'm not even going to attempt to get his name, but I will still tune into you and see. I'm sure he'll be there. And I'll take my time with it. I'm seeing him in a hospital gown, so he's pretty weak. I'm wondering, it seems like he was pretty sick, but if that's not accurate, please tell me. just love and gratitude to you. He says he's more thinking it because he's pretty weak, but he says in a funny way his illness brought you really closer together, and his heart breaks for you, but he wants you to know that he's okay. He's resting, and it says something about the children. Taking it hard. Just spend time together. But he's at peace. Rainbows. When you see rainbows, that's him. Be happy, my love. He's at peace. I'm hoping that helps. Many blessings to you, Mark. Mandy. Hi, Marion. Okay, very quickly, because, oh my goodness, I'm out of time. So if you do want to read, I'll be back next week. I'll talk less and do a few more readings. Seems to be what people want. But please, if you would like a reading, I can do it over the phone, on Messenger. I don't need to be face-to-face, as you can see, because I'm the channel, so I can just come over your energy and, with your permission, just tune in. So contact me by all means through my website, on my Facebook page, Reaching Out Spiritual News, also my email, victoriacochrane44 at gmail.com, or through Spiritual Events Directory, and just know that you're never alone. Breathe in love and light, and with intent it is. So change your thinking, change your life, guys. Oh, Bridgie, oh my goodness, I'm a healer but have not known how to use it. Contact me, let's have a chat. No charge, okay, Bridgie? Contact me and let's just talk about how we can move forward with your healing, because it's so strong, oh my goodness. Please, let's just chat. So, guys, if you would like to, if you do want a reading and stuff, I'm happy to have a 10 or 15 minute chat with you to work out what's needed. So if you would like to contact me, we can chat first, and then if you decide to go ahead with a reading, you know, but I won't charge you for the chat, so by all means contact me. I send lots of love to you, Tracy. Hi, Tassie. I talked to you last week. Oh, I'm so sorry for people whose parents have passed over. But Samantha, I just got goosebumps hearing this. You are amazing. Oh, thank you. Mark says yes, he passed in hospital. So I definitely saw him in a gown. All right. So many blessings to you, and please connect with me next week. And if you would like a chat so that I can just give you some guidance, you might not end up having a reading or healing with me, but I'm happy to chat to give you a bit of guidance offline. Please don't hesitate to contact me. Much love to you all. Bye.